Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a general twin flame reading with a twist where a dude reads for the divine masculine. So who is this dude? My partner John, who is also a tarot reader and an astrologer. Shout out to John. I'm going to put a link below to his site if you guys are interested in getting a reading from him. If you want to know more from the divine masculine perspective, if you have guy problems or anything, he does readings similar to mine, but he also does charts, which is really cool. He will do astrology charts. His prices are great, $20, $30, right, for readings.
Yeah.
Usually to get like a astrology reading, a chart done, it can be sometimes $100, but he's just doing it for low cost right now because he's just getting a lot of content up on his channel. So check it out if you're interested. And what we're going to do is a basic twin flame reading. We've done this before, but John is going to be reading for the divine masculine and pulling cards for the divine masculine. And I will be pulling for the feminine. So let's talk real quick about masculine and feminine. Masculine doesn't always mean that it's a male. Like if you are in a same-sex relationship or in a relationship where one or both people are gender neutral or don't subscribe to a gender, or perhaps you're female but you have more of a masculine energy, or you're into somebody who's a male, has more of a feminine energy, then this can also apply. So masculine and feminine does not mean we're talking about gender here, it's energy. So take some time maybe to research real quick what feminine energy is, what masculine energy is. I've talked about this in twin flame readings in the past, and a quick Google search can just inform you. And trust your heart. As this message goes on, you might figure out like who you are in the connection and who the other person is just based off of the energies and the information. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here. This reading will probably resonate best for twin flames that are in separation. However, if you are in union right now and this message also resonates, then, you know, go for it. This is general reading, may not resonate with everyone, and all disclaimers aside, we're gonna get started. So we're looking into the current energy right now. Current energy for the divine feminine. Okay, so this is where the divine feminine is at right now, current energy about the situation with the divine masculine, just overall energy in their life as well. So where is the divine feminine at right now? Ooh. Okay, so what I see for the divine feminine is reconciliation or union or connecting, coming together with the divine masculine is definitely on the divine feminine's mind. Okay, so divine feminine is like thinking, I want to connect with my twin flame. I want to come together. I'm so ready for this. I've been waiting for a long time. And we see this message that divine feminine's actually in a really good space of just letting this happen naturally. In past readings, I have seen that divine feminine was really antsy or kind of impatient or very frustrated about the separation, but I feel like at this point, divine feminine is just kind of over it, but in a way where they've like surrendered. They've just been like, you know what? If it happens, great. If it doesn't, whatever. I can't spend my life just wasting away and hoping and dreaming and wishing and praying for this. I've got a life to live. I've got stuff to do. So divine feminine is really in a space right now of taking responsibility, of working to develop a solid foundation, of achieving personal goals and personal dreams. And that is a huge focus right now. I feel like divine feminine is in a huge transition in their life where they're like, thinking about moving somewhere or getting a new job or entering into a new program. It's definitely a season where divine feminine is getting ready to take some big action to like make a big shift in their life. So I think divine feminine has definitely been praying about this, definitely been thinking about this, maybe even trying to manifest this union and just doing everything that they can on their side. But overall, it does kind of feel like for a lot of divine feminine, the ball seems to be in the masculine's court. And so there's just this trusting that the feelings are true, trusting that if it's meant to be, it'll happen. Divine feminine really seems to be in a great space of surrender right now and just focusing on themselves, which is really nice to see. So John, what's going on with the masculine?
Is that in there? Can you see it?
Yeah, scoot over.
Okay, so what I got here for the Cathar Tarot and the medicine cards, all actually, funny enough, kind of really went together. So the Love Feast in this deck is really about harmony and balance. One thing I've seen, though, I think that's sticking out in this reading is this sense that maybe there is a need to return to balance. Some balance is coming into this life, this experience as a masculine energy. And so what I'm seeing in the rest of these cards is this kind of reflection here. On one hand, maybe this person is experiencing, I want to say, some level of balance and peace. But I want to say it's kind of fused together with a sense of like ambition or something. There's this drive that's happening, and this Knight of Shields is like this very adventurous, fun-loving kind of energy. And so I would say for the masculine right now, it's kind of identifying like this kind of current situation where you're at, and also calling, because I forgot to actually show you what the actual card position was. Calling to some changes here in the medicine cards. They came out reversed. The Cathar came out upright. So I would say for the masculine, maybe there's this forward movement that's really been taking place recently, feeling like there's some drive and some forward movement, which is very, very normal tendency for masculine energy to be very focused on a single point, to be very driven into forward movement, linear thought, looking at progressing, taking action, being proactive. That's all very normal, but I think coming into the situation is a challenge here. Black Panther is all about surrendering to like this mystery, this sense of the unknown, darkness or shadow. It can represent not just the shadow or the mysterious experience around you, but the experience inside of you. This shadow side that you might have challenges with. And so with the Prairie Dog coming out reversed, I would say given the current energies, there is a pressure to release this kind of single-minded, single-track focus for a moment. Pull out of this kind of where you've had your perspective really focused, your blinders on, so to speak, so that you could really focus and move forward. But there's a push here for perspective, getting a big picture view. The Prairie Dog likes to pop its head out, likes to take a look at where it thought it was going, readjust, take a look and see where it needs to go next. And that's cute. Really the message here.
That's so cute. Yeah.
And for the Black Panther, I think there's a suggestion here that maybe for the masculine, this energy of driving forward, keeping focused, losing distractions. The Black Panther really talks about cutting out negativity, cutting out the things that you don't need, getting rid of distractions, but also surrendering to what may possibly happen when you allow some more receptive energy. And that's this balance between masculine and feminine. One is receptive and open, and one is driven and focused and very centered. And so that, I think, is generally the message here. Clearing out some space, making room for new ideas, opening your mind up to some new possibilities, embracing the unknown, getting a big picture perspective. And that way, that you can pick this path back up, this adventure, this drive, this very the very masculine sort of adventure.
Amazing. Love that. So let's get into the tea here. How does divine feminine feel about divine masculine right now? Like, what are divine feminine's thoughts and feelings romantically, if any, for the divine masculine, and vice versa? So divine feminine feelings for divine masculine. Oh, this is getting interesting, you guys. Let me just pull a couple of clarifiers real quick. Yes, there's some challenges here. There's some challenges. Okay, so divine feminine really wants to talk to divine masculine to clear things out. And there's a challenge because I feel like divine feminine wants to wait for divine masculine to come their way, doesn't want to be the one to reach out, wants to be in that feminine receptive energy, wants to be pursued. But I feel like divine feminine has been waiting so long that divine feminine's worried. Like, does divine masculine still have feelings for me, is a question divine feminine has. You know, is this for real, or is there just not enough attraction or chemistry here to keep this going? Is this really my twin flame? There's a lot of doubts going through divine feminine's mind in this separation, and divine feminine just really wants to speak with divine masculine. Also, divine feminine has options. There might be somebody new that has come into divine feminine's life, or maybe someone that divine feminine is seeing. Because I feel like divine feminine has this energy of like, I don't know if I can wait forever. I've let this go and I'm open, but like, I feel like divine feminine really wants to experience romance and wants to make the effort to bring love in. And so I feel like divine feminine has probably been talking to friends, has been maybe asking people's opinions, or has had a lot of social activity going on and had some suitors and people that are interested. And so divine feminine is kind of on the fence. Divine feminine still has a strong knowingness that masculine is their twin flame, but is still like, should I wait or should I move forward with the soulmate? Should I just be open and enjoy and just, you know, maybe look for romance? Because, you know, maybe it's going to take a while to get this foundation going between the masculine and the feminine. So divine feminine's like, maybe I should just live my life, celebrate, be in the moment, not worry so much about the future with divine masculine. So there are some strong feelings there. Like, divine feminine definitely has strong feelings, wants to make the effort, wants to talk to divine masculine, but is torn in two directions because divine feminine is starting to feel very just growing apart from divine masculine. There's a lot of space, there's a lot of distance, and so it's kind of an interesting time. So John, what do you have to say about how divine masculine feels and thinks romantically about divine feminine?
So it's complicated. I'm going to say that to start off with. For the Cathar Tarot, what came out was the Eight of Shields and the Lady of Love. For them to come out reversed, I really feel like what masculine is feeling right now is first of all, I feel like they're feeling a sense of resentment, but funny enough, it's like misplaced. Together with all these cards here, I feel like masculine is really sensing, not really feeling totally secure in like the actions that they're taking and the decisions that they're making, and they're feeling maybe some pressure from the outside, and maybe in a relationship, or just in generally like this feeling towards feminine energy as based on past experiences is what I'm getting, that they're feeling somehow manipulated. But ironically, what comes out is the dragonfly and the armadillo. The armadillo came out upright and the dragonfly upside down. So to me, this says, they are doing what other people are telling them to do, and they're feeling out of alignment with it after they've already taken an action. And I feel like that's where this resentment is coming from, funny enough. Projecting that feeling of like, I don't know, I don't feel like that was the right call. And then having a hard time recognizing that, it was their choice to do what somebody else wanted them to do, and they have to realign themselves with who they really are and what they really want. And that's where the armadillo comes in. Boundaries. One thing that talk about in the book, in the medicine cards book, is drawing a circle on a piece of paper and writing in all these things that you want, all these dreams that you have, and recognizing that in order to protect that, you have to draw a line around it, and you have to set a boundary, a separation between you and other people, and recognize when you do stuff for other people at the expense of your own dreams, at the expense of your own will, and doing stuff that's out of alignment, it's going to cause resentment, it's going to cause some kind of suffering. So I think masculine is just going through this period right now of re-identifying with themselves, rediscovering their desires, and that way they can come back into a wholeness with themselves and have a better relationship with themselves in order to reach out to the feminine and have a positive relationship so that they can make decisions together, obviously, but ultimately so that they can make themselves happy first.
Do you want to pull a couple from the romance deck real quick? For divine masculine, how they feel about divine feminine? Ooh.
I would say it's in line with this reading. Obviously, it didn't sound like masculine was really feeling super positive, but here's the thing. It's mixed up. They're mixed up about how they feel. They're mixed up. They can still at the same time, like, not feeling like they're sure of who they are and what they want, still have a connection. You can still have a connection and still feel kind of torn up inside about, like, am I doing the right thing here? Am I making the right decision? Should I have listened to you? Should I be blaming you for, my own decisions? And I think despite that still going on, there's still connection. I mean, there's always connection between masculine and feminine. It's a matter of, is it a whole and balanced connection? So I think regardless of the passion and this love that's going on there, they're just mixed up. If you're feeling like you're getting mixed vibes, it's because they're confused inside. They're trying to figure out what they really want. So I still believe that there's a way for both of these readings to be still together, making sense out of that.
Okay, so next we're going to go into action. What action does divine feminine need to take in order to become more in alignment with union with divine masculine? So in short, what does divine feminine need to do in order to be able to clear any roadblocks to connecting with divine masculine? So let's pull some cards. It was so interesting. Earlier, in the current energy for divine feminine, we saw the responsibility card, and now we're getting it again. And it just seems like divine feminine has already cleared a lot of blocks, especially seeing how divine feminine is in surrender mode and is even considering maybe just connecting with someone else. I feel like this is a message for divine feminine to take up opportunities, to continue forward living their best life, even if they feel like they're making changes that will take them away from divine masculine. In truth, this is your twin flame, so you could never be apart from them. They're always going to be a part of you, and as you move more towards your truth and more in alignment with what's right for you, and you make the choices that feel best in your heart, and you just continue living your best life, if and when divine masculine is meant to come, they'll come. If you know it's time to reach out, or if you want to connect, you'll know in your heart that that's the best decision. You'll be able to do it from a place of peace and from a place of love and not from a place of fear. So the cards just seem to be telling Divine Feminine to keep focusing on their personal goals and working to create abundance. We did see that Foundation card earlier. So creating more abundance, more finances, a more secure life, not to depend on Divine Masculine to be their savior, to come and rush in and save them from everything. You know, Divine Feminine is supposed to step into their power, to provide for themselves, to live their best life, to take responsibility. And I do see change coming in, a lot of positive change that is naturally going to lead Divine Feminine towards Divine Masculine and closer to union. And I see synchronicity too. This really makes me think that the ball is in Divine Masculine's court, at least for right now, and there's synchronicity that will align things for union. And right now, Divine Feminine is just supposed to kind of keep their head up high, keep working towards the goals. Amazing opportunities are coming in, abundance is growing, keep taking responsibility, and keep moving forward. So what is the action that Divine Masculine needs to take in order to be ready for union with Divine Feminine?
So I'm seeing, based on, especially on the last two readings, that there's this call to a definitely to seek out a higher ground. The eagle really wants to have this perspective from a very spiritual and a higher perspective. And the Lord of Swords is really about counsel and advice and wisdom. And so I feel like together they're just really talking about this higher realm of wisdom, this higher spiritual experience, higher wisdom. And so I think the action here for masculine is, I mean, based on, like I said, the last two readings here, that there's a call to kind of, I wouldn't say withdraw, because I don't think that's really the energy here. It's not about withdrawing. It's about pulling yourself up to recognize what your real calling is spiritually, what your real perspective is spiritually. Sometimes when we're feeling like this masculine energy, like I mentioned before, feeling out of sorts, feeling like pushed or pulled in different directions, needing to work on boundaries, a lot of times being reminded spiritually, of your own purpose, your soul's purpose, remembering, what you're here for, trying to recenter yourself on that can really help to kind of renew your energy, renew your purpose. And so I think with the masculine, to regain connection here, the idea is, funny enough, I think it really blends well with a masculine cycle of, typically this masculine energy is not as receptive, not as compliant, not as committed in a sense of like wanting to compromise. And so here we are going up higher to a higher perspective, trying to get some sights, kind of breaking free from this kind of physical experience for a second, and really getting out and kind of, I guess I could still say aggressively or masculine kind of energy, breaking free for a second of this energy connection with, I feel like I'm being pressured to do stuff, all that, breaking free from that, being on their own, having a spiritual perspective, a spiritual connection, and getting kind of a renewed perspective from that, and getting a spiritual perspective.
Wonderful. Okay, so there's one more question. This is kind of like a bonus question, but what does Divine Feminine know about their life or their situation or the situation that Divine Masculine doesn't know, and vice versa? So what is hidden or what is repressed, or what does Divine Feminine know that Divine Masculine doesn't know? I'm trying to figure out what deck I want to use for this. I think we'll use this one. Got options here. Okay. Okay, so What divine feminine knows that divine masculine doesn't know? I think the first one is that I don't think divine masculine realizes how many people are interested in divine feminine. Maybe divine feminine doesn't even realize, but divine feminine has had offers, has had opportunities in love, and will continue to have those. I don't know if divine masculine is aware of that, that there's options. I also feel like divine masculine might not 100% know that they are number one in divine feminine's heart. Like they are number one, no matter the distance, no matter the separation. I feel like divine masculine doesn't realize that they are number one in divine feminine's heart. And I feel like divine masculine might not realize how much divine feminine has to give. You know, divine feminine has been working a lot on just filling their own cup with love, with fun, with adventure, with happiness, with new opportunities. So much has changed since the last time divine masculine and divine feminine have connected. And I feel like there's a lighter energy around divine feminine and there's less pressure. So I feel like that might be something divine masculine doesn't know, is that it's just no pressure and there's so much divine feminine has to give, and that they're number one in divine feminine's heart. So looks like you might not be ready yet.
I had to pull again. Something didn't quite match.
All right, so what does divine masculine know that divine feminine doesn't know? Like, what is hidden or kind of repressed from the divine feminine about the situation, the connection?
So what I got was, and it's funny, I feel like every card that keeps coming out, it's got this very masculine perception about things. Kind of, well, basically, for the squirrel to come out, I feel like this is like this practical sense, this literal sense, this material sense of what's happening right now. And that's I feel like that's very, very likely. Being that I'm not saying that masculine energy is not, receptive to intuition or any of that sort of thing, but it does take some balancing to really, to incorporate masculine and feminine energies into your life and make use of them both in a balanced way. What I would say is for the opossum to come out, there's a strategy. Masculine always knows, there's this plan happening. There's this strategy that the universe has that is, disarming and revealing and at sometimes humbling. And, I think the masculine just knows, what, this is part of the experience. It's nothing personal. What masculine is experiencing right now. Maybe divine feminine may sometimes feel, I guess personally, scrutinized or personally put into this situation. And masculine energy, I know this between, as a male-bodied, generally masculine energy person, there's a lot less hard feelings between masculine, recognizing, what's done is done. This is a strategy. It's competitive energy, aggressive energy. So masculine always knows, no hard feelings. This is just the strategy of the universe, pulling strings, pulling us together, pulling us apart, pulling us together. It's the strategy that pays off. And for the squirrel, I think something that came out here is really about the long-term view. Masculine energy always knowing, always having these ability to be resourceful, ability to think of the ambition of the situation, keeping the long-term goals in mind and preparing for those and doing it, maybe playing the long game, but just ultimately knowing to keep their what's the expression, their nose to the grindstone, knowing to just keep going and being determined and being ambitious and just going for it anyways. I feel like there's that attitude coming out that I feel is very masculine.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Sean, for helping with this reading. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like having more twin flame readings on this channel? Would that help you guys? Would you like more readings with John reading for the masculine, or more collaborations kind of like this? If you would, definitely thumbs up this video. That way we know. We'll also kind of take note of how many views it has. Leave a comment if you resonate with it. And also we just got new sound equipment. So if we do this again, you'll be able to hear both of us better. The sound will be more balanced. I hope you can hear both of us okay. You might have to turn it up and down a little bit, but we just got some new equipment. So a lot of you guys have been requesting more twin flame readings. I used to do them a lot more when I first started my channel, and I've been hearing you guys. If you ever have a request for something, just leave comments on my videos and let me know. I'm always writing things down and taking notes of what you guys suggest. This channel is for all of us, and I really appreciate all of your support. If you would like a twin flame reading or a love reading, head over to my website. I have readings for around $40 for love situations, so you can check it out. Just head down to the description and comments below for more information on that, and keep watching. Almost every day here in my channel I have free pick a card readings, free readings like this, always going up on my channel. I just love doing this. I love all of your all of your support. Thank you guys so much for your kind words. You really are my boost every day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.